Here are the examples listed in this document filed to the 113th Judicial District. And you just stop me whenever something sticks out to you, J-Lo. After the massage therapy sessions with Mr. Watson, 8 plaintiffs bragged about, praised, and were excited about massaging Mr. Watson.
All right, so this one is, first of all, it's 6 points that he makes, sort of subheads that he makes in this filing. All 6 are strong. Don't get me wrong. All 6 are strongly stated, and I think benefit Deshaun Watson in this court of public opinion. Yet in the real court, I think this is one that Tony Buzbee will have a strong response to. And the reason is bragging about being around someone or being excited about doing this massage therapy with Deshaun Watson before or after does not necessarily say nothing happened.
7 plaintiffs, as we continue to list the examples, this is example number 2. 7 plaintiffs willingly worked or offered to work with Deshaun Watson after their alleged incidents. We actually saw this in some of the lawsuits. So I'm not sure that this is necessarily any new information.
Right.
I don't have the exact number, but there were claims that there were multiple encounters in some of the lawsuits.
This is, to me, one of the 2 strongest points out of the 6. And the reason is they asked for a jury trial. I think most regular people, when Rusty Hardin, and he will, brings up the point, if it was so bad, why did you book another session? I think most people will raise an eyebrow to that. I think this is one of the 2 strongest points he made.
Example number 3, 3 plaintiffs lied about the number of sessions they actually had with Mr. Watson. I think this is significant because this is leaving out information. I think the leaving out of information, to me, that could be some of the most significant stuff that the defense could have, because if you're leaving something out, then why are you doing
lying
that?
by omission?
Right.
But I also feel that this is another one that Buzbee can counterpoint, and the reason is the I forgot or I misremembered defense is tried and true. And oh, by the way, Rusty Hardin has misspelled names and mischaracterized his own 18 character witnesses. This is something like I think you can counter.
Yeah, and that was in the public.
But still, I'm saying, stuff. But you can use that.
Yeah, the 18 lawsuits are the 18 massage therapists who spoke out in favor of Watson. The Chronicle kind of poked some holes in that. Example number 4. 3 plaintiffs lied about their alleged trauma and resulting harm. Now, that's a very open for interpretation claim. How exactly do you prove that? They go on in reason number 5 to kind of try to explain that. 5 plaintiffs told others they wanted to get money out of Mr. Watson. And example number 6, and again, this is a courtesy of Deshaun Watson's legal team. 5 plaintiffs have scrubbed or entirely deleted their social media accounts.
Right. The second one that I think is his strongest point is the 5 plaintiffs told others they wanted money out of Deshaun Watson. This whole thing, he's characterizing them as gold diggers. Even used the term a money grabber. He used in this filing a money grabber. So that's strong in that you have told people that you're just in it for the money. The 3 plaintiffs lied about their alleged trauma and resulting harm. I thought it was kind of weak, some of the examples he used. Weak comparatively speaking.
Well, I don't think you have to put it that way if you're already saying that they talked to somebody. Like, right. You don't have to say the lie. You can't measure trauma.
Well, like
there are a lot of people who have trauma that put on a front.
Exactly.
Like I know a lot of people that are more scarred than they put on. So I think if you want to present that, all you got to do is say they were bragging about being with Deshaun Watson, they were saying they get money. Like you can't measure how someone lies about trauma.
Totally agree. I think that was one of their weaker ones. He talked about Ashley Solis, that she still did some work afterward. Well, we've all seen those depression commercials where they put the fake smiley face on a person. Everybody's dealt with something like that. The other one was plaintiff Toy Garner claimed that by the end of the massage she was sweating and there was nowhere for her to go. But he points out, Rusty does, that she neglected to mention that she had multiple family members in the home. She didn't want her. The argument is she didn't want her to tell her. She was too distraught to tell her family members about this, etc.
Of course, this is all hearsay. Here is page 2 of the document filed this morning by Rusty Hardin and Associates. Response from Deshaun Watson on these allegations. It was not until the plaintiff saw an opportunity for a money grab that they changed their stories to convert therapy sessions they bragged about to friends and family to something much more nefarious. Innocent questions about whether the therapists were comfortable with the therapy Mr. Watson sought evolved into sexual innuendo that the plaintiffs used to bolster their claims for money. For example, in the first lawsuit filed, plaintiff Ashley Solis implies that Mr. Watson's question asking if she was, quote, comfortable with certain areas organization is making him get worked on was somehow sexually suggestive. So he's claiming, he being Rusty Hardin, that Deshaun Watson asked that, and that was more so just asked if she was comfortable with it, not in a sexual way. That same question, however, posed to a therapist not seeking to exploit Mr. Watson was perceived as intended a legitimate therapeutic inquiry. Miss Elisa's skewed perception of Mr. Watson's legitimate and innocent question became a prototype for the assembly line of similar allegations in subsequent lawsuits. So Rusty Hardin is claiming that Miss Solis kind of maybe skewed the actual meaning of what Hardin claims Deshaun was asking, and that kind of led to a piggyback of other accusers taking those words that Rusty Hardin claims Deshaun Watson didn't mean in sexual terms, and that she was kind of the ringleader, according to Hardin, of this misperception.
He's saying she crafted a very innocent message into something nefarious, whereas others didn't do that. And then it was copycat plaintiffs